Hey, have Vibe Tribe. Welcome back to Inspire Boost with Shamir. And today I'm going to do a story time. The story time of how I walked through the darkness and became an empowerment coach. I'm so grateful that you are here with me today. I love you guys so much. I want to thank you all for all the support that you have given me on my channel. And if you are new here, I want to welcome you to Inspire Boost with Shamir. Here, we love to inspire and motivate each other to navigate life to be our best selves. So, I'm going to go right on ahead and get into it. Sometimes life feels like a series of battles, each one testing how much we can endure. I didn't always know my strength. I had to find it one step at a time. And today I want to share my journey, not because it's perfect, but because it's proof that no matter how dark life seems, there's always light on the other side. This was very personal to me, and I knew that I was meant to share this because I kept on getting intuitive nudges, and I felt like, okay, I would get a little bit more personal to show how I became an empowerment life coach. My childhood taught me about survival, growing up in a home filled with alcohol addiction, toxic relationships. I learned to read a room before I even learned to read a book. I became a people pleaser, constantly putting others' needs above my own, hoping that if I could just make everyone happy, I'd find peace. But peace didn't come from pleasing others. It comes from setting boundaries and honoring your own worth. I was 4 years old the first time I had to coach myself through fear. 4 years old, telling myself everything would be okay, even when I didn't believe it, even when the world had already shown me its darkest side. At 4 years old, I learned that secrets could be deadly, that silence wasn't always a choice, it was survival. I was 4 years old when I was threatened, when my little body was put in an oven just to scare me into silence, to make sure I never told a soul what had happened to me. But I told immediately and regretted it due to being told I was a liar by the person who was supposed to be my protector. For 4 years old to 15, survival was all I knew. The world wasn't safe. Not in public, not in my own home. I had to fight. Fight to be heard. Fight to be seen. Fight to simply exist. But in a world of uncertainty and betrayal, trust became foreign to me. I didn't know who was safe. I didn't know if safety even existed. It took me years, but I finally realized I was never alone. The younger me, the 15-year-old girl who fought so hard to survive, she was still with me. And now it was my turn to take care of her, to give her the love she never received, the validation she always craved, to remind her that she was never weak. She was always unstoppable. I was 15, the first time I realized that no one was coming to save me. No safety net, no hand to hold, just me and the weight of figuring out life on my own. While other kids were worrying about curfews and prom, I was worrying about where my next meal was going to come from, how I make money, how I survive with little to no support. I had to grow up fast. There was no time to be scared, no time to break down. I had to keep moving, keep pushing, keep surviving. I learned how to navigate the world with limited resources, making the most of nothing, learning lessons the hard way. Every step I took, I carried the weight of loneliness, of uncertainty, of wondering if I'd ever find a place where I truly belonged. And I know that is somebody out there that's in the same position right now. So, this is why I feel like my intuition led me to make this video today. And now I share my story because I know there are others like me, people who felt abandoned, unsupported, like they had to figure it all out on their own. And I want you to know you are not alone. You are stronger than you think, and you are capable of creating a life beyond survival, a life of peace, a life of joy, and a life of abundance. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. And if you're ready to rise, I promise you, the best is yet to come. The nights were the worst. Nightmares that wouldn't stop, sleepwalking episodes that left me feeling lost, panic attacks that came out of nowhere. I hated the world. I saw it as a dark, cruel place where no one could be trusted. And the scariest part, I didn't have anyone to tell me otherwise. Without a positive influence, without anyone to guide me, I adapted to the only way I knew how. I learned to people please, to keep the peace, to avoid rejection, to make others happy in hopes they finally see me. I sought validation in all the wrong places, mistaking attention for the love, mistaking approval for worth. I became codependent, believing that if I wasn't needed, I wasn't valuable. This became my reality, not because I wanted it, but because I thought it was the only way to navigate life. I thought love had to be earned through sacrifice. I thought my worth was determined by what I could do for others. I thought I had to shrink myself just to be accepted. I spent so much of my life proving I could do it alone, that I was strong enough to survive anything. And I was. But I've learned that true strength isn't just about surviving, it's about healing. It's about allowing yourself to receive love, to trust again, to believe that life doesn't have to be hard to be meaningful. For years, I equated struggle with worth. If I wasn't fighting, was I even valuable? If I wasn't bending over backwards to prove myself, did I even deserve happiness? Was the questions that I used to ask myself. It took me a long time to understand that I didn't even have to earn peace. I could just choose it. And so I started letting go of the belief that love had to be hard, letting go of the guilt for putting myself first, letting go of the need to always be the strong one, letting go of old beliefs that wasn't true, letting go of habits that held me back, and letting go relationships that was draining my energy. I started allowing myself to live, to dream again, to step into the woman I always was meant to be, not the one life tried to break, but the one who rebuilt herself, stronger, wiser, and finally free. And now I want you to ask yourself, What are you still holding on to that's holding you from the life you deserve? The belief that you're not enough, the fear that if you stop struggling, you will lose your purpose. The idea that you have to keep proving yourself to people who were never meant to walk this journey with you. You don't have to carry it anymore. You don't have to fight so hard just to exist. You, just as you are, in this very moment, are worthy of joy, of peace, of a life that feels good to wake up to. I had to do the work. I had to rewrite the story. I had to go back to that little girl, the one who whispered everything would be okay, and show her that she was right. Not because the world changed, but because I did. If you ever felt like your past have stolen your worth, I need you to hear me. You are not broken. You are not beyond healing. You are not unworthy. You are powerful beyond measure. And the moment you decide to reclaim that power, your life will never be the same. This is your time to rewrite your story. Not as the girl or the boy who barely made it, but as the woman or the man who rose above it all. You are not your past. You are your power. Step into it. Your past tried to break you, but you were made to rise. And I want to thank you all for listening to my story. And I hope this message sparks something within you to know that you are stronger than you think. And I will see you in the next boost. Bye.